It all started with my sister Caitlin and her husband Joel letting me know that the two of them would be making the 1,000 kilometre drive to Longreach from Brisbane with their dog Huey to pay me a visit at my new place.
Here we are. Huey. Good boy. In Longy. The old place. Do you know that guy's a bit sus?
Oh no! Let's go!
The bloke with the mullet is my brother Camo, and much to my surprise, it seemed he'd tagged along for the ride as well.
Oh, it's so cool!
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, yeah, we are. We're pretty good at tricking people, aren't we?
Mate,
I even told you I was going to surprise you too.
Mate,
I told you.
Thought we'd need a hand unpacking the trailer, you know?
that's unreal. How did you get here?
I think
Oh,
you
they
walked
dropped you off. Man, Huey's looks like he's ripping around.
So, big surprise today when out of the blue, well, actually I was expecting my sister Caitlin and my brother-in-law Joel, hey, you've ruined the surprise, to rock up, and then suddenly, out comes Camo. Hey, big fella. So now we're at the Longreach train station. We're about to jump on a bus and head towards the Thompson River Cruise and hopefully have a good time. Kicked back, had a drink or two, and floated along until sunset, when it was time to have a delicious dinner at Smithy's camp, with unforgettable entertainment courtesy of John Hawksy Hawks.
That you won't get in the city, it must be the grime and gritty. Though the barmaid's just as pretty, there no doubt, but they don't know all about Mitchell grass and a breaking of a drought. Getting stuck in town because the road.
Special mention to his incredibly patient and adorable doggos.
And gullies in flood, thunder and lightning, windscreen wobs and mud.
But when morning came, it was time to put the tourists to work. Alright, so far today we've been out and about. We went to Casey's for breakfast and a coffee, and then we basically hit the hardware stores and some of the clothing stores as well to pick up some stuff to get to work on the house, which is going to be the best part of the trip for me. Now I'll try and stay in chronological order as much as I can, but it'll probably be easier to follow if I keep all the jobs together from start to finish. What you doing, Joel?
I am just replacing these screws so the door will swing freely.
Oi! Doesn't scrape on the floor anymore.
No. Is it closed properly?
Hey! I've got a lock in here. Mate! That's awesome! How good's that? Jump one! That took like 2 seconds. Camo's buddy on the decoration gig. Mate, awesome. Bushka.
Small things.
Looks way better, mate.
Small center.
So there's some big jobs going around, but none quite strike fear into the heart of man like this here. Oh, that is grim. Positively grim. Now it's just the actual caked on stuff that's there.
Yeah.
That is not nice, actually. That is satisfying. None of the doors had stops, and it was starting to damage the walls in some places, so Joel made short work of that. Unfortunately, I think that all the skirts will have to come off when I do the floors, but that could take weeks or months. Joel also sorted out the back door flap that was just flapping around. Ah, big doggy. Now, as I mentioned in my reno plans vid,
There's a silicone in the bathrooms that needs resealing all over the place really. It's if it's not unsealed, then it's moldy sealed at the moment, so really need to get around to fixing that.
so Camo, and mostly Joel, set to sealing the bathroom, kitchen, and I think even gap filling other parts of the house. Big fella. As far as food went, we were well looked after. Chef Caitlin whipped up burgers, roasts, wings, bacon, pasta, you name it, all around the clock so we could all keep working. And again, by all of us, I mean almost exclusively them, while I handled the toughest job of manning the camera. There it is, that's the shot. Oh!
Yeah, we don't worry about slice size, are we?
No. That looks bloody actually superb.
Spectacular, Caitlin. Well done.
Really nice done.
I felt like the troops had earned a break for the day, so we knocked off and headed for the Qantas Founders Museum and their luminescent long-reach light show. It was all of our first time seeing it, and as we weren't allowed to film during, you'll have to take our word for it that it was insanely good and a must-see on a trip out west. Our final full day together was outdoor day, with the main jobs being clearing the built-up dirt from around the base of the stumps, whippersnipping, and the big one, weeding. Someday soon I'll have all these pebbles cleared and grass will have grown in its place, but for the time being, it was going to take all hands on deck to get on top of the blanket of weeds that had claimed the yard. Alright, so it's the hard yakka job today. We're out here weeding. Bloody back-breaking stuff, really. Damn! Damn good job done on the weeds, we headed to the dump to destroy the evidence. I was also sorely lacking storage space for all the tools and gears I was suddenly acquiring, so Camo put his years of joinery to good use and knocked up some shelves. We desperately needed another TV to play games on, so we mounted one of those onto the wall for good measure.
Where the tiny teddies are?
Joel is gonna mute it. I think so. Oh, he will be now.
No, you're not. What if he doesn't mute it?
Then you've been exposed.
My advice would be don't look too closely at how level it is. Some would say it's very visibly wonky, but Joel would tell you that what the spirit level says, goes. A house just isn't a home without a dartboard. Luckily we had one of those lying around as well. I do still need to buy darts though.
You gave me looking all stressed.
And finally, we capped the day with a round of Mansions of Madness that Camo and I somehow managed to win. At the expense of Caitlin and Joel. And just like that, time was up. An enormous thank you to the fam for not only making the trip and hanging out for a few days, but also for the incredible amount of work they got done around the house. They really got the ball rolling for me, and I've got some exciting new updates to come. Until then, see you later.